Okay, so how's the review going? Remember, next week we will have a quiz on the first three sections of topic 10. All right, number one, BC. Notice is a radius. This one can be tricky, but all radius are equal. So it's actually very simple. It's 8. Now to get AB, you're going to need to do Pythagorean theorem. Okay, 16 squared, subtract 8 squared, and then take the square root of it, and it does round to about 13.9. You could have put it in radical form, but I didn't say you needed to do that. Number 3, also very easy. If this is a radius and this is a tangent, remember it does indeed make a 90-degree angle. Question 4, you've got two tangents, which are equal, and they're wanting HJ, which is a radius equaling to this radius. So if you had the x, you would know the answer. Since all radii are equal, you can subtract, add the 4, and you have x equals 4. Be careful, that's not the answer. You're looking for HJ, which would be 4 plus 1, or 5. All right. Question 5, you want the perimeter. Remember that the tangents are the same from the endpoint, are the same distance away. So you know these values. So you have 14, 16, 9, and 7. Okay. You're going to add those up, and you should get a perimeter of 46. Okay. Number 6, since you have a radius and a tangent, you know this is a 90. So you do have a Pythagorean theorem going on. 20 squared plus QP squared equals 81 squared. Okay. When you subtract and take the square root, you get approximately 78.5. That is not the answer though. That is QP. They're wanting the entire distance from R to P. This distance and this distance will be the same, so you want to add in the 66, and you get about 144.5. Now, if two segments share an endpoint and are tangent to the circle, what do you know about them? Well, that's like this situation. These two segments share an endpoint, and they're tangent to the circle, so they must be equal or congruent. All right, number 8 is one that many of you are missing on the little homework checks. You're thinking they're the same, so I do need you to be careful. Arc length and arc measure. This is a length, so that's like centimeters, feet, inches, etc. Arc measure is degrees. So I think I would have explained it as arc length is part of or a fraction of the circumference. Arc measure is degrees, and remember that always equals the central angle. Okay, these are questions from 10-1. Notice these are dealing with arc length, and these are dealing with area. So the circumference formula is pi times diameter, and the area formula is pi r squared. But since it's not the entire circle, you need to take the degrees out of 360 to get the fraction. So on number 9, 115 out of 360, pi times diameter. Okay, make sure you check me on these. I'm believing the answers are 8.02 for that one. This one, the darkened part is not 100. There's 360 in a circle, so the darkened part is 260 out of 360. And then pi times diameter, 81.64. This is a half of the circle. 180 out of 360. Notice that's 0.5. So you're just taking half of the circle. And pi times the diameter of 16. So you have 50.24. Okay. Number 11. 145 out of 360, pi, notice we switched to area, radius squared, 409.77. 150 out of 360 pi times radius squared, 523.33. And the last one, 210 out of 360 pi times 15 squared, 412.125. So how about we say 412.13? Now you might have rounded a little differently than me, so just go ahead and make sure before you do the homework check that you've rounded to the same number of decimal places before you enter in your answers. Have a great day.